When your cat watches you sleep, do you actually know what they're trying to say? Yes, it can look strange, maybe even a little creepy. You open your eyes in the dark, and there they are, sitting beside the bed, staring from the doorway, or standing near your pillow like they've been waiting. But behind that stillness, there's something deeper most people miss. It's one of the most intimate things your cat can do, and if you misunderstand it, which most owners do, you might miss one of the quietest ways your cat is trying to understand you and stay connected to you. Let's start with what watching you sleep really means. 1. It's not creepy, it's observation. Have you ever woken up and found your cat staring at you in total silence? Most people think it means their cat is being weird, bored, or waiting for breakfast. Here's what's actually happening. Cats observe before they act. They study movement, sound, posture, and changes in the room. When you sleep, you become still. Your breathing becomes steady. Your voice disappears. Your body becomes easier to read. Here's why this matters. Your cat may not be staring to bother you. They may be checking the calmest version of you. Think about that for a second. To you, it feels like staring. To your cat, it may be quiet awareness. And, by the way, if this behavior suddenly changes, don't brush it off. We'll come back to that at the end. 2. They may be tracking you more than you realize. Have you ever noticed your cat seems to know where you are, even when you didn't call them? Most people assume cats are not paying that much attention. Here's what's actually happening. A 2021 PLOS ONE study suggests cats may mentally represent where their owner is when they hear their voice, even when the owner is out of sight. In simple terms, your cat may track your presence more carefully than you realize. Here's why this matters. When your cat watches you sleep, they may be monitoring the person whose sounds, movement, and routine matter to them. Your breathing, your small shifts, your quiet body in the room. That is not random attention. That is awareness. 3. Your bed smells like their safe world. Have you ever noticed your cat watches you from your pillow, blanket, or side of the bed? Most people assume they just chose a soft spot. Here's what's actually happening. Cats understand the world through scent. They have scent glands around their cheeks, chin, forehead, paws, and tail area. When they rub your blanket, knead your pillow, or curl near your body, they may be leaving invisible marks. Here's why this matters. Your bed carries your scent strongly, so when your cat stays near that space, they may be mixing your scent with theirs, not aggressively, intimately. They may be making your sleep space part of their safe world. And hey, if this makes sense to you, hit like and subscribe. It helps us reach more cat lovers who actually want to understand what their cat is really saying. 4. This comes from something ancient. Have you ever wondered why your cat becomes more alert at night? Most people think they are just being annoying. Here's what's actually happening. Cats are naturally wired to notice low-light movement, small sounds, and quiet changes. Even in a safe home, that old instinct remains. Night makes the house quieter. Your breathing becomes easier to hear. Your stillness becomes more noticeable. And here's where it gets deeper. For kittens, warmth, scent, body contact, and steady breathing are linked to safety. Adult cats do not think you are simply their mother, but familiar breathing and closeness may still feel deeply calming. Here's why this matters. When your cat watches you sleep, then settles near you, they may be returning to an old comfort pattern, a familiar body, a steady rhythm, a safe place. 5. They don't watch everyone the same way. Have you ever noticed your cat chooses your side of the bed more than someone else's? Most people assume cats are unpredictable. Here's what's actually happening. Cats can be selective with trust. A 2019 Oregon State University study found that many cats show secure attachment patterns with caregivers. In simple terms, some cats may use their human as a safe base. Here's why this matters. Your cat may not watch every sleeping person the same way, because not every person feels the same to them. Your voice, your scent, your routine, your calmness, all of that can become connected to safety. That quiet stare may be personal, not random, chosen. 6. The deepest meaning is vulnerability. Have you ever noticed your cat watches first, then slowly moves closer? Most people think it is just curiosity. Here's what's actually happening. Curiosity may start it, but staying close is the deeper part. Sleep is vulnerable. A sleeping cat is less alert. A sleeping human is still and unaware. So when your cat stays near you in that moment, they are choosing closeness when both of you are less guarded. Remember earlier when I said a sudden change can matter? This is what I was talking about. For many cats, nighttime watching can become part of a trust pattern. They watch, they check, they decide the room is safe, Then they rest near the person who makes the room feel familiar. That is not just staring, that is quiet companionship. 7. If the watching suddenly stops, pay attention. What if your cat always watched you sleep, sat near your pillow, or checked on you at night, and then suddenly stopped? Do not panic, but do not ignore it either. Here's what's actually happening. Sometimes routines change naturally, but veterinary guidance often warns that sudden changes in sociability, hiding, appetite, litter box habits, grooming, energy, or pain signs can be important. Here's why this matters. Your cat's nighttime behavior is part of their normal pattern. If that pattern changes suddenly, watch for other signs. If the change is persistent or comes with other symptoms, contact your vet. The behavior itself is sweet, but a change in the behavior can be important. Don't ignore it. So when your cat watches you sleep, do you actually know what they're trying to say? Now you know it may not be weirdness, boredom, or just waiting for breakfast. It may be observation. It may be scent. It may be routine. It may be safety. It may be trust. That's not just your cat staring in the dark. That's your cat choosing to stay close when the world is quiet and you are completely still. That's not just curiosity. That's quiet attachment. And that small behavior, it was never small to them, and it shouldn't be small to you either.